We are back once again.
After almost a 2-week hiatus.
Yeah, a lot of stuff's been going on, especially in the world of wrestling, especially this week.
Mm-hmm.
And so this topic is fresh in our minds, so we might as well get into this rant here.
Right off the bat, basically we're gonna discuss the W Network special off Bringing to the Table featuring Paul Heyman and JBL. And oh boy, we got some things to say. Let's get started.
And mind you, these are two guys that us fans would say, would love.
Mm-hmm.
JBL.
JBL, she's good, but
he was a good heel and a commentator at one time. Not really anymore. Now, it's one of those things where he's supposed to be a heel commentator. At the same time, he cheers for John Cena. Yeah, you would go for any heels, but if it's John Cena facing those heels, you say some good things about John Cena.
Bobby the Brain Heenan never did that.
Yeah, Bobby Heenan crapped on Hulk Hogan when Hogan was the big star.
Jesse the Body Ventura never did that.
Yeah, Jesse the Body also crapped on Hogan when he was a heel commentator at that time.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, when it comes to John Cena, that's what made Hogan the big star. That's what made Hogan the
even Jerry Lawler
fans behind him.
Did he grab on John? Did he diss on John Cena too?
No, because they made Lawler a babyface commentator.
No, I'm talking about back in 10 years ago.
Oh no, I don't think they did.
Oh, okay, that's
why they even didn't have Jerry Lawler crap on John Cena.
Well, look at where we are now.
So no heel commentator could not root for the guy facing John Cena. But anyways, we're going off topic a little bit to discuss the whole JBL Paul Heyman segment on Bringing to the Table. So a lot of the things have been brought up, especially the 3-hour Raw. And of course, I mean, you had to have known that they were gonna defend 3 hours of Raw because they're working for WWE.
You mean just like What Culture?
Just like What Culture too. I don't know if What Culture has a partnership with I'm sure they do. It's some kind of partnership or some kind of unholy alliance, as you will.
Oh, you mean with the higher power?
Yeah, something like that. I'm just making a little reference to that.
Mm. Yes, and they basically dissed most of their fans, if not almost all, unless it's all of them, except for the little kids, of course. I don't know what's going on.
But one of the things that were also brought up too is JBL's comment about UFC and what he didn't like about it. He said you burn through top guys after top guys and there's really no one else to face. And you keep doing the same matches over and over.
No kidding.
Really? 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 Really, JBL?
Really? No kidding. No.
You don't say.
Yes.
Does that sound familiar?
Yes. Just like your own company. Both Raw and SmackDown book the same top guys.
So you don't like that UFC does that, but you don't even say that WWE also does that.
It's pretty much saying, hey, that guy's a thief. Hey, you're a thief too.
You just pretty much called yourself a hypocrite right there. You just literally exposed yourself in front of everyone that was watching that segment. You just threw yourself under the bus because I don't know how the thought didn't come into JBL's head to say that and have people think that they weren't going to think about WWE that way, because that's exactly what their product is now. It's the same matches over and over, same top guys. They've had how many times now has Seth Rollins feuded with Kevin Owens or have matches with Kevin Owens or Chris Jericho?
How many times? Seth Rollins? You mean Roman Reigns?
Well, I was going to get to Roman Reigns too, but Seth Rollins has faced Jericho multiple times, I'm sure.
Yeah, but
Roman Reigns has faced Jericho multiple times, Kevin Owens multiple times. That's like the main event all the time on Raw.
And now they're going to face off again at the Royal Rumble, as pretty much everyone knows already.
So, that comment... I don't know how Peter Rosenberg didn't just turn to him and be like, oh, you mean what WWE does?
If he did that...
If I was interviewing him, I would have said the same thing. I would have called him out. I would have been like, yeah, maybe like WWE does? because they.
I'm sorry, I can't talk about that. Right? I can't.
Then what would JBL say? He would have nothing to say. I guarantee you.
What would you go shoot? What would you shoot on JBL or Paul Heyman? Like, come on, talk about reason why WWE looks the same main events over and over, just like clockwork.
It really does, and they have the balls to crap on UFC for doing the exact same thing that they do.
I wonder what Dana White had to say about this.
I don't understand. I really don't. Like, you do this exact same thing. But anyways, going to the 3-hour Raw topic that they brought up and how they defended it. It's just, I mean, obviously they were going to defend it. You can't really expect anything less. This was a WWE Network program. And do you really think they were going to crap on 3-hour Raws?
Well, unless you're on Stone Cold's podcast.
Unless you're Triple H. Unless you're Triple H, then you're allowed to say that.
But also if you're on Stone Cold's podcast as well, and they mention 3-hour Raws.
Well, I don't know. I don't know who else. I don't know who else have said it on Stone Cold's podcast.
Somebody, I'm sure of it. I just can't remember who. But yeah, unless you're Triple H, then you're pretty much golden. No consequences whatsoever.
I don't even know how, like, even when Triple H said it, I don't even know how Vince didn't even take that to heart and decided to change it.
Pretty much so, especially since Triple H still currently isn't going anywhere with that Seth Rollins feud, which is taking a very long time to get to. What's next? We're going to win to a Rumble?
No follow-up on it, no mentioning it, just nothing.
Or we're just going to wait until, like, 3 or 4 weeks until WrestleMania to actually
I'm sure they're going to wait until... I'm sure, like, they're going to do something where... Well, Seth Rollins is actually in the Rumble match.
Uh-huh.
So, I'm sure they'll do something where Rollins is on a roll, he's eliminating people, then Triple H, like, he gets distracted by Triple H's music, or Triple H comes out and distracts him and then gets Rollins eliminated. Or he just comes out, gets into the ring, and just throws Rollins over the top rope. Something like that.
Unless he's an actual entry in the Rumble.
I doubt it.
Well, anything's possible in the Royal Rumble. Anyone can come in.
But, yeah. But anyways, back to the JBL Heyman topic. So the 3-hour Raws, it's just, the whole thing of Heyman saying, if you don't like it, don't watch it. It's the same excuse, but he says it's the same excuse, but at the same time you keep saying, if you don't like it, don't watch it, or STFU, or boycott it. It's like, be careful. You gotta be very careful of that, because then they'll end up boycotting, and then the ratings will go way, way down than it's ever been, like in the history of Raw.
No, WWE in general. Yeah,
WWE in general, and then what?
I guess they'll probably be like, Heyman, it was your fault for starting this whole thing. Now we have less viewers, and we can't do the same stuff that we used to do.
And it's definitely more careful, because this is Paul Heyman. This came out of Paul Heyman's mouth. And of course, the hardcore fans who love Paul Heyman, and they're like the only audience that they have right now, because they've turned everyone else away. Mm-hmm. They're gonna, like, the hardcore fans worship Paul Heyman. Mm-hmm. So if Heyman says that as his mouth that words came out of Heyman's mouth, the hardcore fans are going to probably take it to heart, and most of them will probably turn off and not watch.
Oh boy, I wonder how the ratings are going to go by this year.
And what I don't understand is, why would the hardcore fans even complain about Raw? They're getting a lot of what they want. They wanted Roman Reigns in the mid-card and out of the title picture. That happened for a while, and they put the U.S. belt on him, and they still complained. Like, when the Universal title first came out, their guys have held that belt. Finn Balor's held the belt, and now Kevin Owens has the belt. And they're still complaining.
I'll give it to you like this. Okay. Oh, hey sir, what would you like to order? I'd like to have a Philly cheesesteak, please. Okay. Here, 5-10 minutes later. Okay, here you go. Wait, this isn't what I asked for. It tastes odd. It doesn't even look like what I thought it would be. That's basically WWE in a nutshell. You're not giving us exactly what we want. You're just giving us something, but not fully delivering on.
But it's like they're putting on, like, the matches that they asked for, and the people that they want on the top, and they're at the top. Kevin Owens and Finn Balor, they were at the top, and Rollins was at the top. Roman Reigns was mid-carding a match with Rusev for the U.S. title, and you still complain. Like, you still didn't. They gave you what you asked for Raw, and you still complain about and say Raw is crap.
But is it compelling? Is it something to get engaged in? Is it worth seeing at all? It certainly isn't must see.
It's not, but this just further proves that it's not just that these guys don't draw. It is further proof that they don't draw at the top.
WWE or the Stars?
The Stars.
Okay.
It is further proof that they don't draw at the top and
Yes.
they do not draw ratings.
And the only way they can draw is if WWE Creative books them correctly.
And it further proves that it's not just the wrestling that matters. It is the storylines, it is the characters. Wrestling is part of it, don't get me wrong, but that's not the be all end all.
Yeah, like the Attitude Era. No, I'm only saying Ruthless Aggression Era.
But this just further proves it. So back to the 3-hour Raw. You know, putting it back to 2 hours again, it's not going to be the be all end all to make Raw better, but it's a start.
Yes.
That's not like it's not going to be like Raw's not going to be like 10 times better if they do it, but it will make it a little bit better.
Yes, at least we wanted to sit through 3 hours because there's a lot to do in 3 hours. 2 hours is just fine.
So if they want Raw to succeed more, they got to go back to 2 hours because if they keep doing this, it'll almost be five. Like this year will be 5 years since they went to 3 hours.
Pretty much so.
And has Raw improved since then?
No,
it has not. It has only gotten worse and worse. The ratings went from 3s to 2s, and now it's in the 1s.
Just wait until it goes to 0.
Yeah, and then once it goes to 0, then what are you gonna do?
Well, and this further it further explains your theory that Vince is killing his own company.
It really is, and I had a whole conversation with Neo about this. I had the theory of maybe that whole segment when he was bringing in the NWO and saying he was going to kill what he created. He was going to inject it with a lethal dose of poison.
But that was 2002.
But it was a future. It wasn't. It was a shoot. It was a future prediction. It was a future prediction that he said, "Here, I'm gonna kill what I created and inject it with a lethal dose of poison." That is exactly what he was talking about. And now that poison is just starting to kill WWE.
It already has.
It's slowly killing it. It's slowly making it sick. And then eventually...
it's gonna die out.
Eventually he'll be on his deathbed.
Oh boy, the number of people that are going to be without jobs when that happens. What's next?
He's gonna put a whole bunch of people out of work.
I would not be surprised if somehow Vince got sued or murdered for this.
And again, this isn't a fact. This is just my theory. It's just a I knew you were gonna do a wrestling theory, film theory. I know. Gonna do like a film theory spoof. It's just a wrestling theory. I might just be the wrestling theorist.
Oh man, you
might as well just call me the wrestling theorist.
Apparently, you caught that a mile away.
Yeah, because it is just a theory. But yeah, that whole bring it to the table segment with JBL and Heyman was just further proof that even Heyman and JBL are nothing more than just corporate shills
or sellouts.
Yeah, I mean, I understand. You don't want to lose your job and you want to make the company better, but to make excuses about 3-hour Raws like that is just it just insults a lot of our intelligence.
The money is blinding them. We need that third hour to get more revenue.
Yeah, but how many people are you turning away? Sooner or later, you're not going to get any revenue. You're not. You keep going with this, it's not going to happen.
Yes. Though pretty much at this point, you just mainly watch SmackDown. I'll still watch Raw. I've stopped watching Raw since when? Since September, October. It's been 3 months now. 3 months since I stopped watching Raw. Not a good job.
I know. I've only watched YouTube clips of Goldberg like Goldberg segments on Raw, or if it's Brock or Taker, like last Monday night when Taker and Michaels returned, I watched Taker's announcement that he's going to be in the Rumble match. So yeah, like whenever like the big names are there, then I'll just watch those clips. I won't watch anything else.
Yep, pretty much so.
Cause WWE, that's pretty much the only people they seem to care about.
Well, as I already mentioned,
and seem to want to actually book right.
Well, as I mentioned over the phone a few days ago, that hey, come Royal Rumble at WrestleMania time. Oh, hey guys. Oh, sorry guys, the guys that we booked you and pushed you to a higher level, like Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns. Yeah, you guys got to step aside because the part-timers got to come in and and deliver.
It's pretty much what it is. Sad state of affairs. But in other news now, this is the road to WrestleMania, and
the first trip,
and Royal Rumble's like the first stop, pretty much. But like one of the all-time traditions of WrestleMania is the Hall of Fame, and it was announced today, and I found out probably about a couple hours ago of officially the first inductee into the Hall of Fame.
And it's true. It's dang true.
And yeah, I wouldn't say I saw it coming.
Neither did I.
I didn't see it coming, to be honest. I was surprised, but there, of course, before that there was always talks of Kurt Angle coming back to WWE, but I expected it, but I didn't expect to him go into the Hall of Fame like right away. I figured like he'd come back for some matches like matches and then go in. But
yeah, give it a few more years.
But now he's gonna be in the Hall of Fame this year, and well deserved. I'm so glad that he's coming back to WWE. I think it's been like 10 and a half.
Almost 10 years since he left.
Well, it has been 10 years.
No, it hasn't. He left in 2006 during ECW.
Yeah.
Oh wait, yeah, it's been over 10 years.
It's 2017.
Sorry.
It's 2017, so it's been over 10 years since he left. Not even 10 and a half, but it's been over 10 years.
Pretty much so.
Or I think maybe it has been 10 and a half. Right
now. At least he left during the summer or
he left.
Fall.
Yeah, he left he left in like July or August.
Okay,
I think August 2006.
Okay, so February will probably be the month of February.
So yeah, 10 and a half years he's been gone from WWE, and I wouldn't say I never expected him to return. I'm sure he would have. I always thought in the back of my mind that he would return like sometime in the future. So I can't wait to see him back in WWE. I can't wait to see his Hall of Fame speech.
Yes, no doubt. I'm sure it's going to be good. But two things: one, will Kurt Angle ever wrestle again in the WWE? And two, who's going to induct him?
Oh yeah, who would induct him?
I was thinking maybe Brock Lesnar. But
yeah, maybe it's a possibility. It depends on when they like do the highlights of Kurt Angle. It depends on like who they really want or who's really there to induct him. I guess I don't know. It could be.
No. It could be no. That would have been a good option.
If they bring back Shelton Benjamin and Charlie Haas, maybe. Maybe
it wouldn't be that. It's not strong enough for me.
Maybe just Shelton Benjamin. Maybe
I was thinking. Well, it's never gonna happen.
Maybe Chris Benoit. No, obviously. No, obviously.
I was gonna mention that. Like Chris Benoit gonna induct critic.
Of course, he's gonna come up he's gonna rise up from the dead to induct him. They gotta send the telegram from beyond they gotta call him from beyond the grave to have him come back.
No.
We'll forgive you for everything you did, and just come back for the Hall of Fame.
I'm sure it's gonna be more like telegram. Come back. Yeah, take your pictures because you're going to be arrested for the crimes that you have done. Go to the Hall of Fame.
There's your last photo as a free man. After this, you'll be sentenced to death.
He's already dead.
It will put you back in the grave.
Yes.
We'll put you back in
speech. Induct Angle, then go back to the grave.
Yeah. But no, obviously Benoit is not gonna do that.
But Brock Lesnar seems like the most possible choice so far.
It looks like it, unless they bring back Austin Benjamin. I mean, Shelton Benjamin was gonna come back anyways.
Yeah, but I wonder what Charlie Haas is doing.
Charlie, I mean, I think off the top of my head, I think either that, maybe Stephanie McMahon. He did have an on-screen kiss with her.
Yep. Just because one kiss doesn't mean I'm like, hey, you're gonna be the person.
WWE would do that though. They would take like the most obscure parts or like obscure things with some people, and then like that would be the person that would induct that person.
Wait, give me one example.
Like Jerry Lawler.
Jim Ross.
Like when Lawler went into the Hall of Fame.
Jim Ross didn't.
Out of all the people to induct him, it was William Shatner. Because he had one segment on Raw. There was one segment on Raw where Lawler had the King's Court, and William Shatner just happened to be a guest, and they had like some kind of altercation, and then Shatner became the guy to induct Lawler into the Hall of Fame.
Well, at least it should have been Jim Ross.
It really should. Well, actually, I don't know, because Ross was also inducted that year.
I know, but still, why not be the inductee and the person that's being inducted?
No, that's kind of weird to like, you induct someone, but at the same time you're getting inducted too. It's never been done. It hasn't been done.
They could do it. They could do it if they wanted to. Well, this would have been a good person to induct Jerry Lawler at the time. Would have been Andy Kaufman.
If he was still alive, yeah, it could have been him.
Or maybe. I'm trying to think of who else.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I can't think of anyone else.
Maybe his son, Grandmaster Sexay.
Now makes you question who would induct Too Cool in the Hall of Fame.
I don't know. I mean, Rikishi's already in there. But anyways, yeah, who would induct Kurt Angle?
It feels like it's gonna be Brock.
I think they'll end up trying to do a celebrity inducting him, maybe
for some ridiculous reason.
It would have been cool.
Ooh,
you imagine AJ Styles?
No,
because they had so many matches in TNA.
Yeah, but it's like,
but people are not going to be like, oh well, why AJ Styles? But okay, wait, what were you gonna say?
There's one person that he could have induct Kurt Angle, and it's a possibility.
And that is.
All right, hold on to your seatbelts. It's Edge.
Maybe. I don't think.
It's not set in stone. It's not solid.
Yeah. They could do a thing where like they could say that Edge and Kurt Angle had a rivalry, and Edge did shave Kurt Angle's head bald.
I thought it was Eugene.
That wasn't Eugene. That shaved Kurt Angle's head. That was Edge.
Okay, then.
I mean, you do have a valid point. You do have a actual. That is a good possibility.
What's that with Bischoff? Edge. I'm confused.
Yeah. Eugene shaved Eric Bischoff's head.
Okay, all right.
Edge shaved Kurt Angle.
And he was the guy that came up with the "You Suck" chant.
Yeah. So yeah, you know what? You do have a good point. So maybe it would be Edge.
Either Brock or Edge.
Yeah, I think either one of them will. I think either one of them will induct. Kurt Angle.
Yes. And I can only wonder who's going to induct Christian but who knows? It has to be Edge.
Well, yeah, it would have to be Edge because Christian inducted Edge. So Edge would kind of have to return the favor.
Yes. Same thing with Triple H when he goes in, whenever that time is.
Yeah, Triple H will either. Well, I'm sure it'll be Shawn Michaels.
Oh, yep, and Stone Cold's going to induct The Rock in the Hall of Fame.
I'm sure he will.
Just like, yeah, okay. Ugh.
But yeah. Again, congrats to Kurt Angle. I can't wait for.
Wait, no, Jimmy Snuka's already in the Hall of Fame already.
Who is?
Jimmy Snuka. That was almost 20 years ago.
Oh yeah.
No, that was over 20 years ago, 1994.
Yeah. But yes. Speaking of that, the recent passing of Jimmy Superfly Snuka, he was 73. I believe.
Yes, he was
73. I mean, saw it coming. You could see it coming.
I think maybe at least for another 5 or 10 years, maybe. But like, especially with what happened in the end, like wasn't able to function properly, going into still focusing on this case for being accused for murder almost over 30 years ago. Yeah, it was not good.
Yeah, I mean, it still doesn't excuse, obviously, he was, he was one of the greatest, Jimmy Superfly, who could ever forget him jumping off the cage on the Don Morocco in 1984.
That's just like people. Well, no, I no.
I mean, we can't really share that memory because we weren't watching.
Yeah.
We weren't even alive.
Yeah.
At that time.
And plus, I can't say
it was
that.
like 9. It was like 9 years before my time.
And I can't say that. Oh my! This is an an oversaturated moment that people keep talking about over and over and over.
Yeah. Not
Wait,
like today.
is?
Not like today.
Wait, it is oversaturated?
No. I'm not saying that. I'm agreeing with you. I'm like, yeah, it's not. It wasn't oversat. It was actually a natural thing that happened and that people were going crazy over.
And there's also another thing and speaking of that, I gotta ask you something about
because
that.
This was like the first time anybody just jumped off a cage onto somebody.
Pretty much so. And there's something I have to ask you relating to not the cage, but something else after we discuss this.
All right, but anyways, yeah, like obviously one of the most memorable, and he was the first Undertaker victim.
I was gonna mention that, but yeah,
he was the one that started the streak, the Undertaker streak.
The Undertaker started the streak. The Snuka was just the first opponent.
Well, Snuka was the first victim of the Undertaker streak.
Pretty much so.
He managed, or he had that rivalry with Piper. Oh my God! Wow! I just realized the Piper segment with him bashing Jimmy Snuka's head over him with a coconut. Wow! Just realizing now both those guys are gone.
Yeah.
Both Piper and Snuka are gone. That's crazy.
Yeah, but Piper was the more surprising one. Wait, what?
Yeah, no, Piper. Obviously, Snuka was not that surprising, but Piper took us by surprise. Dusty Rhodes took us by surprise too.
Yes, although Dusty's just a little bit older than Piper.
Yeah, but I thought they were the same age.
Let me look it up.
I thought they were like the same age.
No, clearly when you look at comparison between between Piper and Dusty. Clearly, Piper looks just a little bit younger.
Yeah, Piper looks younger compared to them, but I think they were the same age. Your phone is right here.
Wow.
I don't know why you were looking that way, but
plus it was charging, so that's kind of more ridiculous.
But anyways, yeah, it's a shame that couldn't live that long, but at the same time, and it is a shame that he left. And because he was a great competitor, but it's still it doesn't excuse the fact that he was accused of murder and he could have possibly done it.
Yeah, that sucks. Well, we'll never know. Just like the O.C. Johnson case.
Yeah. Well, you mean OJ? You mean OJ?
Yeah. Oh, I said O.G.
You said O.G. I thought you said O.C. But anyway, I think...
Okay, then.
But OJ, I think OJ did it. I think he did it. There was no doubt. He just managed to get away. But he's in jail now, so in the end, who's laughing?
Okay.
It's not OJ.